Hi students, this is Suresh. Welcome to physical science class. Dear students, in previous classes we learned about the net force. What is net force? Net force is nothing but the algebraic sum of all the forces acting on your body at a particular instant is called net force. And I also learned how to calculate the net force acting on your body by taking some examples in previous class. Now in this class we are going to learn about effects of net force, and also we are going to learn about the free body diagrams, etc. Some more interesting topics are we are going to learn in this class today. Now our first topic is effects of net force acting on a table. What is our first topic? Effects of net force acting on a table. Let us study. Take a heavy table which you can move only by pushing hard. Try to push it all by yourself. If the table do not move, then ask your friend to help in pushing it in the same direction. Now the table moves in the direction of force. What happens here? In the first case, only you pushing the table. That means the force you applied is not enough to move the table. Now in the second case, you and your friend pushing the table in the same direction. That means here two forces applying on a table to pushing it move forward. That means here the forces applied by you and your friend are added. That's why the table moves in the direction that the force you applied. That means here the net force acting on the table is equal to the sum of net forces. Let me explain clearly. Let us assume that in the first case you applied only 10 Newton force on the table. It is not enough to move the table in the direction of the force you applied. Now in the second case, you and your friend pushing the table in the same direction. That means you applying 10 Newton force and your friend also applying 10 Newton force. That means the force applying on the table is 20 Newtons force, because these two forces applying on the table in the same straight line and in the same direction. That's why we have already learned in the previous class, if the forces acting on your body in the same straight line, we have to add the forces. So that's why here in the case, you and your friend applies the force on the table in the same direction and in the same straight line. That's why we have to add these two forces. That means here you apply 10 Newton force and your friend also applying 10 Newton force. Therefore the force applying on the table is 20 Newtons force, and this is enough to move the table in the direction of the force you applied. That's why the table is moving in the direction of the force you applying. So here net force acting on the table is equal to the sum of the forces, since they act in the same direction. Now push the same table, but ask your friend to push it from the opposite side. The table doesn't move if you both apply equal forces. That means the net force acting on the table is 0. Let me explain clearly. Suppose the force you applied on the table is 10 Newtons, and similarly the force applied by your friend also 10 Newtons. Here in the case, you and your friend, both of you applying the same force on the table, but these forces are in opposite directions. That's why the net force is 0. That's why the table doesn't move. From this activity we can make two conclusions. They are: when forces act on your body only in straight line or in same directions, the net force is the sum of all forces acting on the body. And the second one, when forces act on your body in a straight line and are in opposite directions, the net force is equal to the difference between the two forces. Let us study another example, that is effects of stretched rubber bands on fingers. What is this? Effects of stretched rubber bands on fingers. Take a rubber band, stretch it using your fingers. When you stretch the rubber band, it exerts force on your fingers and you feel the force of pull on your finger. Add another rubber band around your fingers and stretch both together to same length. We feel by the increase in number of rubber bands around our fingers, the force exerted on our fingers is more. Rubber band, let us assume rubber band has F units force and the force exerted by the second rubber band is also F units force. Then the net force of rubber band is F plus F, that is 2F units. Here two rubber bands are working and first one applies F Newton's force and the second one also applies F Newton's force. So the net force acting on our fingers is sum of these two forces, that is F plus F, 2 F Newtons. If we apply, that means if we use 3 rubber bands on your fingers, the net force acting on your fingers is F plus F plus F, that equal to 3F Newtons. Similarly, if we use 4 rubber bands, the force applied is 4 Newtons. If we use 5 rubber bands, the force applied by the rubber bands on your fingers is 5 Newtons. Now our new topic is free body diagram. What is free body diagram? The diagram showing all the forces acting on an object at a particular instant is called free body diagram. It is denoted as in short form FBD. Let me say once again, the diagram showing all the forces acting on an object at a particular instant is called free body diagram. It is denoted as FBD. Dear students, as you know, in reality many forces can act simultaneously on a body. For example, there exist two forces on an object placed on a horizontal floor. One is gravitational force. It works in the downward direction, and another one is normal force. It works vertical direction. So if we draw a diagram by showing all these forces, we can call it as free body diagram, and we represent this and we call this in short form FBD diagram. Here we have an example in page number 12 to understanding the FBD diagram. So the example is, let a car be moving with a non-uniform speed along a road. What are the forces acting on the car? What is the net force acting along the vertical direction? What is the net force acting along the horizontal direction? Okay students, if you observe the figure on the screen, here we have a car and it is moving with non-uniform speed. Here some forces working on the car. They are, if you observe the capital F, this is the force applied by the engine to move the car to forward, and at the same time there is a force applied by the road, that is frictional force, and it is represented by the small f. Observe the figure and watch the capital F and small f. Capital F is the force applied by the engine to move the car forward, and at the same time there is a force of friction to oppose the motion of the car, that is represented by the letter small f, and these two forces are in opposite direction. Capital F moves, capital F directed one direction, and the small f directed in the another direction, and these two forces are in opposite directions. At the same time, weight of the car, observe the figure, observe the W, that means W means weight of the car. The weight of the car is due to the gravitational force. Weight is nothing but mass into gravity. So weight of the car due to gravity acts downwards, and at the same time there are two forces, they are N1 and N2. Observe the figure. N1 is normal force 1 and N2 is normal force 2. Here normal force working on the car in the vertical direction. Gravitational force works on the car in the downward direction, that is W, weight of the car works on the car in the downward direction, and at the same time normal force works on the car in the upward direction. That means here four forces working on the car at the same instant. They are force applied by the engine, and the frictional force, and the gravitational weight of the car due to gravity, and the normal forces. Now let us calculate the net force acting on the car. Dear students, if you observe the figure on the screen, in the horizontal direction two forces are acting on the car. They are capital F and small f. Capital F represents the force exerted by the car engine, and small f represents the frictional force. It is caused by the road. And small f directed towards right side, and capital F directed towards left side. So as you know the sign convention, f should be taken as positive, and that means small f should be taken as positive and capital F should be taken as negative. Therefore here capital F and small f working on the car in the same straight line, and these are in opposite directions. So we have to subtract one force from the another force. This gives the result of net force. So net force equal to small f minus capital F. Okay students, now net force on the car in horizontal direction equal to small f minus capital F. Now observe the figure. What forces are working on the car in vertical direction? Yes, they are weight of the car and the normal forces. Weight of the car working on the car in the downward direction, and the normal force working on the car in the upward direction. So as you know the sign convention, N1 and N2 directed towards the positive y-axis, and the weight of the car directed towards downwards. So it should be taken as negative, and the normal force should be taken as positive sign. So the net force on the car in vertical direction equal to N1 plus N2 minus W, because here gravitational force, that means weight of the car, and the normal force working on the car in a same straight line, and these are in opposite directions. So we have to subtract one force from the another force. Here the symbols of normal force are positive because it works on the car in the upward direction, and the symbol of the gravitational weight, symbol of the weight of the car is negative because it works on the car in downward direction. That's why net force on the car in the vertical direction equal to N1 plus N2 minus W. Now the next topic is effect of force on change of the state of motion of an object and its direction. What is this? Effect of force on change of the state of motion of an object and its direction. These topics are we have already learned in previous classes. Just recall once again in this class. Place a football on the ground. The ball will remain there in the state of rest unless someone kicks the ball. Kick the ball, it starts moving. Kick the moving ball in the same direction, the speed of the ball increases. Now place your hand or leg against the ball. Then the ball may be stopped or may be changed its direction of the motion. From this activity we can conclude that the force changes the direction of motion and the state of the body. Now another topic, effects of net force on the direction of moving object. This is also we have learned in previous class. We'll just recall once again. Hit a carom coin with the striker. We can observe that in each case the direction of the coin changes. When we hit the coin with the striker, not only the coin changes its direction, but also the striker changes its direction too. From this we can say that the net force stops a moving or makes a stationary object move, and also changes the speed and direction of the moving object. So what we conclude this? What can we conclude from this activity? From this activity we can conclude that the net force stops a moving or makes a stationary object move and also changes the speed and direction of the moving object. Next topic is effects of force on the shape of an object. Dear students, you know that force can change the shape of an object. For example, if we tear a paper, the shape of the paper changes. So from this we can conclude that force can change the shape of an object. And these changes may be permanent changes or temporary changes. Dear students, as you know about the temporary changes and permanent changes. What are temporary changes? Temporary changes are the changes which are there only for a short period of time. Generally, temporary changes are reversible. Example, melting of ice. If we melt the ice, we can get the water. And if we freeze the water, we can get the ice. So, melting of ice is a temporary change. We can get the previous substance from the temporary changes. But permanent changes are not like that. Permanent changes are changes which remain for a long time, and these are not reversible. Example, rusting of iron. If we place iron in the open air, it can get rusted. And this rusting of iron is not temporary change. We can't get the previous substance from the rusting of iron. So it is a permanent change. Dear students, in page number 14 we have a table and some actions of force are there. Fill the table as directed. Put the T symbol if the change is temporary and put the P symbol if the change is permanent. And fill the table. That is your homework. Children, do you know the arm wrestling game? Play arm wrestling with your friend. How can you explain the winning of the game by using the concept of net force? Try to draw FBD for this situation. We know that if two forces act in opposite direction, the net force is equal to the difference between the two forces. In arm wrestling game, if the two opponents apply same force, none of them can move out of the ring. If one of the opponent's force is more than the second person moves out from the ring, then the first person is the winner. If the first person is thrown out from the ring by the second person, then the second person is the winner. Here, the net force acts in the direction of the force applied by the winner. Okay students, that's all for today's class. Let's meet again in another class. Until